What's up, my Central Unit Galaxy? It's the Central Man here. So this is my review of WWE Fastlane 2021. This is the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania 37. Before I review the matches on the main show, I'm going to do a quick result reviewing the match on the kickoff show. So we got Matt Riddle defending the United States title against the leader of Retribution, that is Mustafa Ali. The match was okay. It was solid for what it is, but it was nothing special. The aftermath of this match was way better than the actual match itself. Like I said, it was a fine, okay match for what it is, but yeah, Riddle won this match and retained the United States title because he just won the title at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view the previous month. He's not going to drop the title at Fastlane. Let's be real. Yeah, the aftermath was way better. What was it? 5 members of Retribution. So you got Mustafa Ali is the leader of the group. Then you got Mia Yim. Don't know who Slapjack is. Dominik Dijakovic and Dion Madden. So yeah, 5 members of Retribution. I don't know who their codenames are. I think Mia Yim is Reckoning. I don't know what their codenames for, Dion Madden and Dominik Dijakovic. I don't know who Slapjack is. I don't want to guess. They left the ring because Ali took his frustration onto his fellow teammates of Retribution. Mia Yim, Dominik Dijakovic, Dion Madden, Slapjack. They left the ring, and you got Dijakovic and Madden choke slam Mustafa Ali in the ring, left. Yeah, this was officially the breakup of Retribution. It was doomed from the beginning. For me, it had some potential from the beginning since the group was formation last summer. But yeah, it was doomed from the beginning. Yeah, it's kind of like a rip-off of the Nexus and rip-off. They're just basically a knockoff version of Aces and Eights, the group from TNA. I like Aces and Eights way better than Retribution. That's just me. That's just me. Anyway, so the first match to kick off the main show, we got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. They defended the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Reginald is in Nia and Shayna's corner. This is a rematch from Elimination Chamber the previous month. Okay opener. I thought it's going to lead to basically a heel turn, whether it's Sasha or Bianca, to velvet up their match. They're going into WrestleMania. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They did argue. There's some friction between Sasha and Bianca, but the match was okay. Reginald did got involved a bit. Yeah, Reginald's a bit annoying. I don't know what. I think Reginald was just there because he was part of like Carmella's lackey, and then all of a sudden he's tangling alongside Sasha and Bianca, and now he's tangling alongside Nia and Shayna. The one more of the match it kind of left my ass off. It was weak. So basically, Sasha locked Shayna with the bank statement. Bianca was about to break up the hold, but all of a sudden Nia kind of like, instead of chokeslamming Bianca to break the submission hold of Sasha to save this match because Shayna Baszler is about to tap out. No, Nia kind of pushed Bianca onto Sasha while she locked in the submission hold. This is the reason why I do not like Nia Jax. She is a 6-foot goofball. She's a giant goofball. And the company built this woman up as this unstoppable force, but she can't even do a chokeslam. If that was Raquel Gonzalez from NXT, she will do a chokeslam, or even a Nyla Rose from AEW. They can, because they're built up like big monster like wrestlers. They're not giant. They're not like 7-foot monsters, but they're built like the like monster beast type of wrestlers. They can able to do chokeslams. But Nia can't even do a chokeslam. That is pretty damn weak. This is the reason why, the reason why Nia's getting that push because she is The Rock's cousin. Yeah, pushing the opponents into their fellow tag team while they're trying to pin or submit is pretty weak. Like I said, if it was Raquel Gonzalez, Nyla Rose, or alpha female if you're a fan of British wrestling or European wrestling, they will chokeslam your opponent, not like pushing to break up a pin or submission. That is stupid weak. Anyway, that's my spiel on that. And then you got Sasha and Bianca kind of arguing, and then Shayna kind of rolled up Sasha for the victory. And they argue after this match. Sasha smacked Bianca in the face. That's no brawl. That is a bit fucking weak to me. That is absolutely weak. I'm still looking for the match between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania, but I wish they just led it to a brawl or a heel turn. Unfortunately, it's kind of like meh. It has that type of Bayley Sasha Banks vibe. This is from 2018, not their like 2019, 2020, sorry. You know, like the feuding, but like 2018 tease of a feud, but that never happened. That had that vibe. I don't know. It's just really a filler feud between, you know, let's have Bianca and Sasha throw them into the women's tag team picture. I don't know. They're trying to it's just something to do before their match at WrestleMania. I understand, but I don't really give two shit about the WWE Women's Tag Team title picture and the division. It's shit. Look at TNA. They did the Knockouts division, not Knockouts division, but the Knockout Tag Team division. It never went anywhere. Anyway, so the opener was okay. Could be a lot better. So moving on to the next match. The next match, we got Big E Langston defending the Intercontinental Championship against Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is doing the whole Nigerian gimmick, you know, speaking with a Nigerian accent. Match was okay. It's just okay. I thought it was going to be a good match. It's just basically, the bulk of the match, you had mostly Big E having the offense, and then Apollo have his offense of his own. Yeah, this just feel like rushed, mediocre, feel like a match you'd probably see on Monday Night Raw. The ending was a bit weird to me. So Apollo was going for like a small package, but Big E kind of managed to kick out. And this is, I don't know, it's a botch pin. And yeah, Big E kind of pinned Apollo with a bridge suplex pin to win this match and retain the IC title. I go with Apollo. I wish that Apollo Crews, he should have won this match on this show. You know, win the title on the show. You know, they're building Apollo as this mid-card heel for SmackDown at the time, or right now actually. But yeah, the ending was a bit fucking weird. And afterwards, you got Apollo Crews basically attack Big E Langston. So this is set up like a match at WrestleMania, Why are they going for a rematch? I don't understand that. I know what I'm getting so much, really losing my brain cells. The ending kind of like weird to me. Why they did that pin, confusing. I don't know. It's a botch or maybe it's rushed. Yeah. Sorry about my stuttering. It's just kind of like it's losing a bit of brain cells. You know, the first two matches were meh to me. You know. I feel like these matches should belong on Raw or SmackDown, not a pay-per-view that people are spending a lot of money. I know you got the network, but if they didn't have the network, it'd be a lot of refunds. You know, your fans will probably get ripped off. But I'll get to my final thoughts in the end. So, yeah, the two matches, they're not terrible matches, but they're not great matches. They were like thumbs over middle matches between the women's tag team title match and Langston versus Apollo. They were okay for what it is, you know. So moving on to the next match. The next match it was supposed to be Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. At least I watched that match on Raw with the fucking Shane throwing like Nickelodeon slime onto Braun Strowman. So unfortunately Shane is hurt, so basically Elias is the last minute replacement of Shane. The match was a squash match. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Squash match. Elias has some offense, but in the end, most of the offense has been Braun. Braun hit like the running power slam onto Elias to win this match. Wow, Elias is buried. He's buried. If I was Elias right now, just get a release. Ask for the release. But I guarantee he's going to deny of the release because look at, you know, and Andre, you know, I know he's now officially released from the company, but man, he's been buried since he's been called up. He's been in the company for years now. He's been in the main roster for nearly 4 years. This dude can't even get a break. I'm sorry, he's booked like a loser. It's got to be like Braun and Shane at WrestleMania. Braun Strowman's, I don't know, man. They ruined him. I don't want to get into Braun. That's another topic video for another time. So the first three matches, like I said, it was mediocre. You had two okay matches. You got Braun and Elias just basically a bona fide squash match. So the next match is basically the second half of the show was getting good. It was good. So anyway, the next match we got Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This was good. It was physical back and forth between Seth and Nakamura. Nakamura kicked out of the Falcon's Owl, and and you got like Shinsuke also hit a Falcon's Arrow of his own. Rollins kicked out. The finish was kind of good to me. For me, I thought it was a botch, but basically you had Rollins. I think Rollins was going for like a stump. One of his legs got cut onto Shinsuke's leg, or his upper thigh, and Rollins kind of hit him with like a mini enziguri into the back of the head of Nakamura. In the end, Rollins hit like the curb stomp onto Nakamura to win this match. I don't know this feud between Nakamura, Cesaro, and Rollins because they're not a tag team anymore. I don't think it'll be a filler if they did like a tag team match. Shinsuke and Cesaro taking on Seth Rollins of his mysterious partner. It'd probably be Murphy, but that's gonna be in that direction. I hope it's not, but it's just something to give Rollins to do. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do at WrestleMania. We've got about three more weeks until WrestleMania, so we have to wait and find out. So the Rollins and Nakamura match. Like I said, it was a fun match. It was physical for what it is. Fast pace. It was a strike pack of a match. Like hard strikes. So moving on to the next match. The next match. This is match of the night. We got Drew McIntyre taking on Sheamus. This is a no holds barred match. They beat the living piss out of each other between Sheamus and I almost say Nakamura, but Drew McIntyre. I think that some moments of the match they're using like candlesticks, like Sheamus kind of put the candlestick into Drew's jaw, trying to break the jaw of Drew McIntyre. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling. And then I think minutes later, Drew kind of put the candlestick into the eye of Sheamus. It's not on the same level as Rey Mysterio losing the eye in the eye for an eye match at Extreme Rules last year. No. They were fighting around the Thunderdome. You had basically Drew kind of thrown Sheamus onto like one of these LEDs screen, and the screen kind of exploded. One of the screens exploded. I thought like fucking Sheamus electrocuted, but they beat the living piss out of each other. Like Sheamus hit a bro kick onto Drew. Onto the barricade. You kind of put Drew through an announce table. There were stand-ins like on the top of a barricade, and Sheamus shouting like, "You took this for me," because Drew is going to WrestleMania. Sheamus is not. He hit the white noise onto Drew onto the announce table. In the end, it was good. Good finish. You had Drew hit Sheamus with a future shot DDT and the Claymore kick to win this match. I knew Drew is going to win. They're building Drew up to face Lashley at WrestleMania. As for Sheamus, I don't know what he's going to do at WrestleMania. I think Sheamus' run, since he came back, he's a loser. I'm sorry. I don't want to get into too much of Sheamus' run so far. Since he came back in like last year in 2020. He's been booked like an actual loser. Lost to Jeff Hardy, he lost to, I think it was The Miz and Morrison, he lost to Drew McIntyre, I think he lost to AJ Styles. He can't win a match or even a feud. So I know this match was the rematch from Raw a couple weeks ago, but it was good. I like Sheamus's, they're both Sheamus and Drew. They come from Celtic countries. Ireland and Scotland are Celtic countries. Drew's wearing like the Braveheart attire with the Braveheart makeup and the kilt. I could see him being a tag team one day. It got some potential to be a cool tag team between Sheamus and McIntyre. That'll be down the road, maybe after WrestleMania. Who knows? Fingers crossed. So this is match of the night. The next match, we got Randy Orton taking on Alexa Bliss. This is terrible. I don't really call this a match. I don't know. It's kind of like a segment more of a match. Before the start of this match, you had Orton coughing out blood, black blood. I said to myself, Orton's got black blood. I thought he's got red blood. Mostly, the human race has red blood. The natural blood of a human is red. Unless you're royal, you get blue blood. But our blood are red. I don't understand why Orton's coughing out black blood. You know, it's not believable. It looks like he's like spitting out black licorice. Oh my god. Yeah, this stuff between Orton and Alexa is terrible. I don't mind Alexa like basically throwing fireballs into Orton's face. I think it was cool, but the stuff with the stage lights fall down off the arena, yeah, it was like, you know, and Alexa says sky is falling. You know, I'm losing a bit of brain cells in this. You can kind of say of a match between Orton and Alexa. You know, the stage lights falling and Alexa's playing that the sky is falling. This shit is cheesy. On the bright side, we got the return of the Fiend. You know, I take my words back. You know, because at TLC 2020, I covered that show a couple months ago in the Infernal match between Orton and the Fiend. I said they killed off the Fiend. I'm taking my words back. He came, he attacked Orton, hit him with the Sister Abigail, Alexa pinned Orton to basically win this match. Yeah, I'm not keen on this rivalry between Alexa and Orton. I found it so cheesy. It's not on the same level as Orton versus The Undertaker from a decade and a half ago. But I want to see, you know, basically the blow off at WrestleMania, The Fiend versus Randy Orton. This must be a cinematic match. I predict this has got to be a cinematic match between Orton versus Bray Wyatt, The Fiend. I hope it's way better than the House of Horrors match way back in 2017. That shit was terrible. Yeah, this match between, I don't really call it a match. This is more of a segment more than an actual match. It was a bit shit. It's good to see The Fiend, but the bulk of this match is meh. If you like it, hey man, more power to you. Main event time. We got Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman in his corner, defended the Universal Championship against Daniel Bryan, winner face Edge at WrestleMania for the title. Edge is the special guest enforcer in this match. This is a second place, the second best match of the night. I'll get to my final thoughts in the end. Both styles between Bryan and Reigns are totally different because Bryan is, you know, got the speed and agility. Reigns is basically a big powerhouse. Most of the times in this match, Bryan trying to lock Reigns with the label lock or the yes lock. I think it was 3 or 4 times in this match. I think one time Reigns managed to get out of the hold and punch Bryan in the face with the golden glove because Reigns wears like the golden glove now. It was a bit overbooked, but you know, it was good storytelling. You had a referee bump with, you know, Bryan hits the referee in the face with the running knee, and then you got like Jey Uso came out of nowhere. I understand Jey Uso's Roman's cousin, trying to help Roman win because Bryan, you know, locking the submission hold again. I think he hit Bryan with the chair. I think he got stopped by Bryan or Edge. Yeah, he got thwarted. I think he got hit by the spear by Edge. I don't remember. Bryan accidentally hit Edge in the arm with the chair, and Bryan locked in the submission hold onto Reigns, and Reigns tapped out. The first time in his WWE career, he tapped out. Sadly, the referee didn't call the bell because the referee basically got bumped. He's still out of the ring, and Edge is selling a little bit of the arm. And afterwards, Edge broke up the submission hold, hit Bryan with the chair, hit Reigns with the chair, stormed off, left. Reigns, I think he hit Bryan with the spear to win this match and retain the Universal title. There's no way Bryan would win this title. They believe in this match Bryan would win because he multiple times locked in the submission hold. This is a scenario when Edge basically Bryan miscommunication, hit Edge in the arm with the chair. He was going for Roman, but he hit Edge by mistake. This is 100% gonna set up a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I think the last time we saw like a men's triple threat match for a men's world title, I think it was way back at WrestleMania 31 between Brock, Roman, Rollins. Besides that, between 32 to 36, it's been one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one matches for a men's title. So anyway, so my final rating for WWE Fastlane 2021, the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania 37, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. This show was a mediocre show. It wasn't terrible, wasn't great at the same time. It was okay. The only thing in the bad, the two things in the bad, has to be Braun versus Elias. That's just barely a squash match, and the stuff with Orton and Alexa. It's just more about the return of the Fiend than the actual match itself. The only thing in the okay has to be the women's tag team title match between Nia and Shayna versus Sasha and Bianca, and Big E Langston versus Apollo Crews for the IC title. Besides that, there's some good in this match. On the show, sorry. Yeah, the return of the Fiend. Rollins versus Shinsuke. The match of the night has to be the no holds barred match between Sheamus versus Drew, and also Bryan versus Roman for the Universal title. That was fun. So anyway, so hope you enjoy my review of WWE Fastlane 2021. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Yeah, leave your thoughts on the comment section below. What's your thoughts on Fastlane 2021? And subscribe to the channel for wrestling videos, Marvel videos, game streams, and more. This is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.